The story opens at 6 a.m. with police storming into Eddie Miller's home. Shocked, Eddie protests. There must be some mistake. You can't just barge into someone's house like this. One of the officers presents a search warrant and firmly replies, "We're at the right address. Where's your son, Jamie?" Officer Luke heads to Jamie's room and informs him, "You're under arrest for murder. It's 6:15 a.m. He adds, "If you have any sharp objects or weapons, hand them over now." Jamie slowly rises from bed, his pants soaked. Noticing this, Luke asks, "Should I call your dad?" Eddie enters the room and helps Jamie change into dry clothes. Meanwhile, other officers begin thoroughly searching the house, collecting evidence from every room. Officer Misha updates the family. "Your son has been arrested on suspicion of murder." As Jamie is escorted to the police car, he repeatedly cries out, "Dad! Dad!" He's taken to the police station to be processed and questioned. Luke informs the sergeant, "We've brought in a murder suspect. He's only 13 years old." The sergeant begins his questioning calmly, stating, "Whether you did it or not isn't the issue right now. I'm just going to ask you some questions. Be honest with your answers. Do you understand your legal rights? Do you already have a lawyer, or would you like us to assign one?" Jamie calls his father to ask what he should do. The sergeant then informs them that a detention order has been granted, giving police authority to question Jamie. Jamie is placed in a holding cell. Officer Luke speaks to Eddie, saying, "Jamie has asked for you to act as his responsible adult. You'll be present for both the interrogation and the medical assessment." Later, a doctor arrives to evaluate Jamie's mental condition. She begins with a few basic questions. "Do you understand what it means to be arrested?" Jamie replies, "Yes, I think it means I've committed murder." She follows up, "Why do you think you need a lawyer?" Jamie answers, "So I don't get pressured into saying something wrong." Based on their conversation, the doctor concludes that Jamie is mentally stable. She steps outside and tells the officer, "The child is stable and fit for questioning." Once she's gone, Jamie turns to his father and pleads, "I didn't do anything, do you believe me?" Overwhelmed with emotion, Eddie answers, "Jamie, I believe in you more than I believe in myself." Shortly after, Officer Luke arranges for a lawyer, who meets first with Eddie and the rest of the family. After that, the lawyer begins gathering details about Jamie's case from the officers. He also inquires about Jamie's treatment during detention. Was he tortured? Was he given food? Jamie is then called in, his photographs are taken, he meets his lawyer. Next, he undergoes a medical examination, which includes checking his DNA, fingerprinting, and drawing blood samples. Soon after, the officers ask Jamie for his phone password, but the lawyer steps in and refuses on Jamie's behalf. Then the police ask Jamie to remove his clothes. Hearing this, Eddie becomes furious, but the lawyer calmly explains, "This is part of standard protocol. We cannot deny this request." Everyone turns their faces away as the police remove Jamie's clothes right in front of his father and examine his entire body. They check for any signs of physical torture or abuse. Eddie is completely devastated watching his son go through this. After the examination, Jamie's clothes are taken away by the officers, and new clothes are provided for him. Next, the lawyer prepares Jamie for the interrogation. He explains, "You have to say no comment to most of the questions, but don't say it to everything, or it'll make you look suspicious. Answer the easy questions. If the question is about your case, just say no comment. Your dad and I will be with you. No one can pressure you." The interrogation begins. The first question is, "Where were you last night? What were you doing?" Jamie responds, "No comment." Officer Luke continues, "We also received a report from your school. Academically, you're doing great, but your behavior has been problematic for a while. Can you explain why?" Jamie replies, "I don't know." Now Officer Luke asks Jamie for the names of his friends, but Jamie responds, "No comment." The officers try to reassure him, saying, "You can tell us, they won't be in any trouble." But Jamie replies firmly, "I'm not telling you anything after what you did to me." Then the officers place some adult content images in front of him, which were taken from his Instagram account. The images had received a lot of likes and comments. The officers ask, "What is all this? Are you attracted to girls like this?" Jamie answers, "Yes, they ask another question. Do you want a girlfriend like this? Jamie replies, no, they're all much older than me. Next, the officers show Jamie pictures of his friends from his Instagram page, and at this point, Jamie gives them their names. Luke asks, what do you do for fun? Jamie says, we go out for drinks and play games. The officers continue, were you playing with them last night? Jamie again says, no comment. Then the police begin explaining why they suspect Jamie of murder. They tell him that although they didn't find any of his clothes at the murder scene, they did find his expensive shoes, still stained with blood. Jamie had burned his clothes, but he couldn't bring himself to burn those shoes because he was so emotionally attached to them. And that's what got him caught. They return to questioning. Officer Misha asks, do you know a girl named Katie? Jamie says, yes. And then he asks, was this a murder? Officer Luke immediately catches on to that and says, so you do know what happened last night? Jamie had just spoken against himself. Now they question Eddie, Jamie's dad. Where were you last night? Eddie replies, I was on duty all night. And the moment I got back in the morning, you all showed up. Jamie is then directly asked, did you kill Katie? Jamie answers, I didn't kill her. Someone else must have. You're misunderstanding me. The officers tell him, Katie was stabbed 7 times with a knife. Are you the one who did it? Then they show Jamie some photos taken from CCTV footage. It clearly shows Jamie following Katie. When asked why he was following her, Jamie denies it. But then they play the footage. It clearly shows Katie pushing Jamie first, Jamie getting angry, then grabbing her and stabbing her multiple times. Jamie begins crying. Eddie is in complete shock, unable to believe that his son could do something so horrific. Officer Luke says, look, Jamie, everything is clear now. We have solid evidence that you murdered that girl. Would you like to apologize to her mother? Jamie doesn't respond, and the interrogation ends there. Eddie and Jamie are left alone in the room. Jamie says to his dad, I didn't do it, Dad. But Eddie, having seen the footage, hugs Jamie and asks, why did you do all this? Meanwhile, Officer Luke goes to Jamie and Katie's school to investigate further. Before entering, he texts his son, who also attends the same school. At the school, Luke begins questioning Katie's friend, but the friend is uncooperative and behaves rudely, refusing to give any useful answers. Soon it's time for the school assembly. Katie's friend grabs Jamie's friend, starts beating him, and yells, you're the one who killed my friend! You're disgusting! Teachers intervene and stop the fight. Another student mocks the boy who was beaten, saying, you're getting beat up by a girl? Everyone laughs at him. Officer Luke finds the atmosphere disturbing. He starts an investigation with the boy who got beaten. His name is Ryan, Luke says. I want to ask you some questions about the murder. He begins with, how was Jamie's mood yesterday? Ryan answers, it was normal. Then Luke asks, do you know anything about the weapon Jamie used? Ryan becomes visibly nervous and tries to walk away. From his reaction, both Officer Luke and Officer Misha sense that Ryan is hiding something. Soon after, Officer Luke's son, Adam, comes to talk to him in private. Adam says, Dad, I want to help you with this case. He shows Officer Luke Jamie's Instagram account. There, the officers discover that Katie had been bullying Jamie online. She insulted him, mocked him, and even challenged him, saying no one would ever date or marry him. All the people who liked Katie's comments were supporting her and ganging up on Jamie. Adam says, I can show you more comments like this. You really should consider this in the investigation. Officer Luke asks, do you get bullied here too? Adam replies, no, nothing like that happens to me. Officer Luke walks over to Officer Misha and says, all our assumptions about Instagram were completely wrong. Jamie isn't the one at fault here. Katie is. She used to bully him along with her friends. The principal overhears this and is filled with regret. Despite their visit to the school, the officers still haven't uncovered the full truth. They don't know where Jamie got the weapon or why he ultimately killed Katie. Officer Luke suspects that Ryan might know something, so he heads straight to Ryan's classroom. Ryan, seeing him approach, tries to escape through the back door, but Officer Luke catches him just in time. Luke starts by asking, why was Katie insulting Jamie? Ryan responds defensively, why don't you ask his other friends too? Why are you all targeting me? The officer replies, they're not as close to him as you are. Look, this is serious. A girl has died. Just tell me, did you give him that weapon? Under pressure, Ryan admits, the weapon was actually mine. As a result, Officer Luke arrests Ryan so the rest of the investigation can continue at the police station. They suspect Ryan might also be involved with Jamie. Meanwhile, Eddie, deeply ashamed of his son, visits the scene of Katie's murder. He gently places a bouquet of flowers there and prays for her soul. In the next scene, a psychiatrist visits to assess Jamie's mental state. She brings him a sandwich and starts casual conversation, trying to ease into the session. After a while, Jamie asks, "Why aren't you getting to the point?" He tells her, "I want to see your notes. I want to know what you're writing about me." The psychiatrist replies, "I can't show you that. It's for the judge so he can assess your mental condition." Jamie becomes angry. "Why don't you just throw me in jail already? Why do you people keep bothering me like this?" The psychiatrist calmly explains, "We don't have the right place for you yet. This facility is secure for your own safety." Jamie, now furious, stands up and yells, "This place is a torture center. I hear someone screaming every minute." He becomes more agitated and throws his cup on the floor. The noise draws a security guard who rushes in to check if everything's okay. The psychiatrist quickly lies, saying, "Everything's fine." Once the guard leaves, she steps out herself to calm down. Through the CCTV footage, we see her observing Jamie's behavior, trying to understand him through his body language during the outburst. She re-enters the room, this time clearly upset, and says to Jamie, "I didn't come here to get a confession from you. I'm just trying to understand you." She continues, "Okay, now I'll answer your questions properly. First, how is your dad's behavior toward your mom?" Jamie replies, "My dad has nothing to do with any of this." Then she asks, "Do you like a girl?" Jamie snaps, "Girls don't like me. They don't even want to come near me because I'm ugly." The psychiatrist gently asks, "And how does that make you feel?" Jamie is clearly offended. "You shouldn't have asked me that. You should have reassured me, told me it's not true, that I'm cute. Can't you talk like normal people? Do you even know what it's like to be ugly?" He adds bitterly, "The other psychiatrist was better than you. At least he understood me." The psychiatrist calmly explains, "The judge needs an opinion from two professionals." The moment Jamie hears this, he jumps up angrily and starts shouting again. A security guard rushes in and tells Jamie to calm down. Jamie turns furiously to the psychiatrist and says, "What did you say to him? Are you some kind of queen? Your guard just told me to speak to you respectfully." He storms around the room, consumed with anger. At this point, the psychiatrist begins to fear he might harm her. Eventually, Jamie calms down and sits back down. The psychiatrist resumes the session. She says, "In our last session, you said none of the three of you were liked in school. The other kids bullied you. They spat on you from the windows. You were even beaten. Is that true?" Jamie quietly replies, "Yes, it's true." She continues, "You've posted a lot of model photos on your Instagram. Do you like them? And you posted a picture of yourself too. Did you hope that people would start liking you? That girls would be attracted to you?" Jamie firmly denies it. Now the psychiatrist brings in some comments from Jamie's Instagram account, comments that included ones from Katie. In them, Katie was bullying Jamie, and many people had liked her comments. A lot of people were supporting her. The psychiatrist asked, "Did she only do this to you or to others as well?" Jamie replied, "She only bullied me because I look ugly." Then the psychiatrist asked, "And in response to all this, what did you say to her?" Jamie said, "I know you're asking me this because you've seen the video of Katie's murder, but you can't make me confess to something just because there's a boy visible in the footage. Are you sure it's me? That video could be fake. I didn't kill her, though I should have. I talked about getting back at her, but she just kept bullying me. If I wanted to, I could have done anything that night. But I spared her." After hearing all this, the psychiatrist could only offer Jamie one piece of advice. "Jamie, if you get access to any mental health services, you should take them." Before she left, Jamie asked her, "What do you think about me? How do you see me? Do you like me?" Just tell me. And whatever you tell me, don't tell anyone else. Just keep it to yourself. Jamie started becoming aggressive, and the security guard had to drag him back to his room. As he was being taken away, he shouted, "Tell my dad I'm fine here." Afterward, the psychiatrist sat for a moment and thought, what a strange boy. He had no remorse for murdering a girl. The scene cuts, and we jump forward almost 13 months to Jamie's family. They were still grieving deeply over what Jamie had done. It was Eddie's birthday that day, but he wasn't happy at all. Eddie received several birthday wishes, including a greeting card from his father with £5 inside. He also got a card from Jamie, in which Jamie had drawn a sketch of his dad. Just then, Eddie's daughter came in and said, "Dad, someone wrote nonce on our car." Hearing this, Eddie grew even more furious. When he went outside to wipe it off, he realized the paint was permanent. He couldn't drive around with a car like that, so he decided immediately to take it to the car center. He brought his daughter and wife along too. He was worried someone might harass them if they stayed home alone. Outside, Eddie screamed at the neighbors, "Did you do this?" But everyone denied it. The neighbors were treating them poorly as well. While they were getting ready to leave, two kids rode past on their bikes and taunted Eddie, saying, "Did you enjoy nonce?" Eddie lost his temper and knew those boys were responsible. As they were heading out, he shouted to a neighbor, "Can you see our house from your place? Actually, do one thing. Keep an eye on our house. Tell all your friends to do the same. That's your job now." Eddie then angrily threw all the blue paint on his car. While doing this, he ran into the two boys who had vandalized his car. He stopped everything, grabbed one of the boys and demanded, "Why did you do this?" "Scared," the boy said. "Sorry, I was just kidding." Eddie snapped, "Is everything a joke to you? Is our whole family a joke to you? One stupid act ruined our entire day." When the boy smirked, Eddie slapped him and warned, "Laugh one more time and I'll do worse." When Eddie let go of him, the boy took off running, and Eddie threw the boy's bike behind him in anger. When Eddie got back to his car, security guards at the center started complaining about the mess caused by the paint. One of them asked, "Who's going to clean all this up?" Eddie lashed out, "I'll pay you. Just clean it. And if you say another word, you'll regret it." His behavior clearly showed how much Jamie's mistake had broken him. Eddie now reacted explosively to even the smallest things. As they reached the car, a call came from the police station. Jamie wanted to speak to Eddie. Jamie said, "I'm glad you picked up. I liked your card too. Is everything okay there? How's everyone treating you?" Jamie replied, "Everything's fine here. Don't worry about the bad stuff. I'm used to it now. I've been thinking about confessing." At that moment, a heavy silence fell inside the car. Jamie continued, "I'm sorry, Dad. I'll admit to what I did." The mood turned intensely emotional. Eddie's wife quickly asked about Jamie's health, but Jamie responded, "I thought I was talking to Dad." He briefly spoke to his mom and sister, then hung up. Everyone was left in tears. Eddie's wife came to him and gently said, "It's for the best, Eddie. If Jamie finally accepts responsibility for what he's done, life will move forward, for him and for us. At least we know Jamie's alive. But think about it. The mother of the girl he killed will never see her daughter again." They both reflected, wondering if there had been something missing in how they raised Jamie. Later, Eddie went to Jamie's room and saw how Jamie had decorated it himself, but now he'd never get to use any of it again. That realization hit hard, and Eddie broke down in tears. In the end, we are not shown Jamie receiving his punishment. The series closes here, leaving us with the weight of everything that's happened.